Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sandra's Stenography and Shorthand Dictation. I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here today. This video, give me one moment, put some light on the situation, right? So, this video is not about any dictation or anything like that. As you can tell by the title, it is about Hurricane Dorian reaching the doorsteps of Florida. And it's going to be sometime, I believe, around Monday, Sunday night, going into Monday, or something like that. I don't know. They keep changing the track and the forecast and when it's going to hit. And of course, these models all differentiate from each other. One model might say it's going straight up the coast, and the other model might say it's going to go in a whole another direction. So I've been trying to keep up with it, but I'm trying to wait more until it gets a little closer, then we can know exactly what this Dorian is going to do. So this is the second hurricane that I have had to experience since creating this channel. It's pretty early in the morning, guys. It's about 7:49. And yes, I'm already up. So got my coffee and I just wanted to make a video about this hurricane. And the reason I wanted to make a video about it is because I feel like it may impact my dictations coming up next week. It is expected to hit as a category 4. So that could mean, most likely, power outages. And if we experience power outages, there is no way I can get a video out to you unless I'm on my phone. So, and my phone is charged up as well. So, here we are. This is where we are. And as I was saying before, I experienced another hurricane since creating this channel. And I think I was out maybe 2 or 3. No, I was out longer than that because it took them forever to get the power back on. I think I was out days. It took them like 6-7 days to get the power back on. It was not pretty, people. So if you want to know if I'm prepared, me and Steno Cat is prepared. Are we, Steno Cat? He says yes, we are. Even though he carries his steno machine around with him, he says he is prepared. He says Sandra has water for us. Sandra has food for us. Sandra has snacks for us. And Sandra has gotten us some fruit and all that good stuff that we need. I've got soup. I've got all those provisions. I do need to go back out to the store today, however, because I'm not quite finished. Walmart. I went to Walmart yesterday at 5:30. I am such an early riser. I went to Walmart yesterday about 5:30 in the morning because Walmart is open 24 hours here. And there was pretty much nothing. I mean, a lot of stuff was just gone. So I got what I could. And, but they were giving out water, and it was one household per person. So I was happy at least to be able to get some water at that time of morning because I didn't even think that I would even be able to get that. And so once I got my case of water, which is sitting out on my porch, which I need to drag in the house, but it's so heavy, I just left it there. So, got my water, and then I got some peaches, and then I got some, those breads that they have. Well, it's actually not bread. It's like, They look like slices of bread, but they're actually cake. And it's I was eating one this morning. I was gonna go get it, but I believe it's banana nut cake is what it is. And then I got some what else did I get? Got some snacks and and some juices because they did have juices and some sodas. Um, then that afternoon, a little later that day, I went to another little store called, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, I'm sure if you're from Florida, you are familiar with Dollar General. So I went to Dollar General and no, that was Family Dollar and went and got some crackers because they still had stuff. They had crackers. I've got cereal. I got milk and a few other little things here and there. So I am going back to the store today to see if I can find like I may not even need the tuna fish because if the power is out, how am I going to open it? So I think I need to pick up um, a manual can opener. I'll also need then I could get the tuna fish and some sardines and stuff like that. Easy open, maybe some Vienna sausage, stuff like that. So I'm going to see what I can get done today. Um, then I go back to work tomorrow, and I don't think, unless this thing happens to make a turn that we're not expecting, I will not be going to work Monday. So I'll try to spend my time with you guys. That's what I would really like to do. Be live with you guys, doing some dictations. What else is there to do? And I was thinking about doing a marathon. Yes. A marathon of dictation for you guys. Just keep going until the lights go out. So, that's just a thought that ran through my head. That way I don't feel so alone because I am going to be here alone. I'm not married. I don't have a boyfriend. Only thing I have is you. So, we'll see how that goes. I would like to, I've got 850 words, basic words that I was going to dictate to you guys while this thing is going on here. Or I could just do some dictations for you. So maybe I could do an hour worth of dictation, take an hour off, another hour off, hour dictation, hour off, on and off like that. That's all those. And if you have any suggestions for me during this hurricane, anything that you would like to see or hear, please let me know in the comment section. I'll go ahead and do it. Trust me. So, let me see. Anything else? Trying to think of anything else I might need to tell you guys. Let me see. Let me see what this track is saying this morning. New Hurricane Dorian path keeps center off Florida coast, but state still in cone. Oh, now they have it going on in a whole nother direction here, as I was afraid of. So it says here in this article, Hurricane Dorian strengthened into a Category 4 storm on Friday night with 145 mile per hour winds. Ooh, that sucker is packing some punch, isn't it? I have to wait for this website to load because it wants to seem to, all these ads and stuff come on and it has to reload and takes forever. Come on. Waiting for the circle to quit spinning. Come on. Like, load already. I wonder if people realize how long it takes their web page to load when they got all this crap on it. So it says 145 winds, but the Saturday morning forecast shows Florida may be spared a direct hit. The projected path by the National Hurricane Center as of its 5 a.m. forecast showed the storm strafing the northern Bahamas Sunday and Monday, but then taking a sharp right. So the center of the storm doesn't make Florida landfall. Excellent news for Florida this Saturday morning. The official forecast from NHC and the latest model forecast are pointing toward an offshore Florida track as dangerous Dorian approaches. We're not out of the woods by any stretch, says meteorologist from WOFL Fox 35. We're not out of the woods by any stretch. This needs to be watched. And all Central Floridians, which is where I am, need to be on guard until the storm rides north of our location. The state's east coast from Fort Lauderdale, which is up the state, not far from where my mom is, up to Cape Canaveral and inland to Orlando. I am not far from Orlando. I'm about an hour, if I was driving, about an hour and 20 minutes from Orlando, are still within the 3-day cone of uncertainty, though. The 5-day projection includes even more of the state, but the consensus path now has the storm headed for landfall near the South Carolina and Georgia border. Get ready, Georgia. So, South Carolina, that's where my mom is from. The path has shifted several times since Thursday, with projected landfall suggesting it would slam into Florida as far south as West Palm Beach and as far north as Flagler Beach. Its path all day Friday had it targeting Orlando, but the various computer models kept shifting the path further east. As of 5 a.m., Hurricane Dorian winds had died down slightly to 140 miles per hour, which is still a major Category 4 hurricane, and were expected to grow back to 145 miles per hour winds today as it bears down on the Bahamas by 2 p.m. Sunday. The storm is located 305 miles east of the northwestern Bahamas and 470 miles east of West Palm Beach and headed west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. A hurricane warning remains in effect for much of the northwestern Bahamas. The Hurricane Center said a hurricane watch may be issued for parts of Florida later today. Hurricane force winds extend out 30 miles from the storm center, with tropical storm force winds extending out 105 miles. The current forecast has the center of the storm parked off Florida's coast, still as a Category 4 hurricane by Tuesday morning. It is then projected to head more north, skirting Florida's coast and diminish speed, but still a dangerous Category 3 level hurricane with 125 miles winds by Wednesday morning near St. Augustine. The state will begin to feel tropical storm force winds, though, as early as midday Sunday, with Orlando projected to feel those winds by Sunday night. Life-threatening storm surge and devastating hurricane force winds are still possible along portions of the Florida East Coast by early to middle part of next week. But since Dorian is forecast to slow down and turn northward toward northern and turn northward near the coast, it is soon to determine when or where the highest surge and winds will occur, the NHC said. The expected arrival of the storm is now on the tail end of Labor Day weekend as its forward speed has slowed. But Governor Ron DeSantis said Friday morning that is good and bad news. Floridians need to be prepared. The bad news of the storm going slower is that could potentially have some negative impacts once it reaches landfall. But you do have time before it reaches to prepare if you have not done so. Gas already became a premium with people filling up their cars and containers to refill generators. Gas Buddy said 40% of Central Florida stations were without fuel. DeSantis said the state was waiving weight restrictions and giving fuel tankers a police escort to resupply stations. On Friday, Brevard, Lake, Orange, Osceola, Seminole, and Volusia County schools announced they would be closed Tuesday. UCF had already canceled Friday afternoon classes, as well as classes on Tuesday, as has Rollins College. Orlando International Airport announced it will cease commercial flight operations on 2 a.m. Monday. Passengers should check with individual airlines for flight information and schedules. Hurricane Dorian has strengthened and slowed. Our plan currently is to run full operations through Sunday, said Phil Brown, CEO of the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority, in a press release. We don't know exactly where Dorian is going, but we do know that it will have a significant impact on the entire state of Florida. So, in order to allow the airport's 25,000 employees time to secure their homes and families, we feel it's prudent to cease operations in a timely fashion. Sunrail said it was suspending service all of next week. As of Friday afternoon, area theme parks are now announced any had not announced any closings, although Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex will be closed Sunday and Monday. Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer predicted there were be there would be thousands of downed trees and localized flooding in the city if the storm is as bad as predicted. The city of Orlando also will be opening city garages for people to put their cars in a secure environment, although he didn't specify a time they would open. Orange County Mayor Jerry Dennings said the county is prepared for whatever Dorian brings. It's showtime. We're ready. And then it goes on and on about Brevard County and so on and so on. So now you know somewhat about what may be happening here with us. Please, if you are a prayer, keep us in your prayers. Please keep us in the foremost of your thoughts, so that no one is injured, no one is hurt. That is the main thing. Is everyone's safety during a time like this. We want to make sure that everyone is safe, everyone's pets are safe, and that we go ahead and ride this storm out and come out on the other side with no casualties and no injuries and no loss of life. That is the most important thing. So if you're not a prayer, then just go ahead and just say, you know what, I wish you guys the best. I think that, Florida is an awesome state, but, We do have these things that happen quite often, and have been happening quite often lately during the years. We haven't had this many. I was reading an article where it said we haven't had this many hurricanes back to back each year since 1940. And I don't know if that is due to climate change or if it's just, expected. I have no idea. But what I do know is that when these things occur, um, I do notice that people are much kinder to each other, much nicer to each other, more concerned about neighbors and pets. And we all seem to kind of come together and rally around each other and become better people because of it. Now, somebody just gave me a like. I thought they gave me somebody gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. Um, Now, we do have those people who are, like yesterday when I went to Walmart, there were people in that store at 5:30 in that morning. And you had some people that were just taking stuff, just taking stuff. And I was listening to two employers of Walmart speaking. And they said this one guy came into the store the day before and he was just hoarding stuff, just like, I've got all the boxes of Ritz crackers, and I've got all the Vienna sausage, and I got he had all the tuna fish, and because Walmart did not put any restrictions on how much you could purchase, he was able to walk out with buggies full. So I thought that was unnecessary because there should be enough for everyone to go around. And Walmart, one of their employees told me that there's another truck coming. Don't worry, it's not that serious. And then now this guy has this buggy full of tuna fish and sardines and crackers. And then look, this thing might not even be hitting us directly because Florida is here, and this storm was coming here and then going up the coast. Now they're saying Florida is here and it's not coming straight here, making landfall, but rather coming, let's say this is the coast, and it's just coming up. It's just coming up the coastline and then going up further. Sometimes it does not pay to be ungenerous or unkind. It just doesn't pay. And now this guy might be left with all of this stuff and may not even need half of what he bought. So that's why it's important to make sure that everyone is allowed to get what they need at the time they need, and not have people just taking more than what is necessary for God's sake and not thinking of others. So there are always going to be a few people like that in the world. But for the majority of us, I see when I was out and about yesterday, I also went and did laundry, just trying to get prepared for this thing. And everyone was kind. Everyone was, concerned about each other. Everyone was helping one another. And so as a Floridian and a native Floridian, being born and raised here all my life, it is so good to see us come together, just like any other state in Florida. I've seen that when there is a time of crisis, we all seem to, most of us anyway, seem to come together and be helpful to one another, kind to one another, and just, trying to help one another. And that's a great thing to see. Just like in Orlando when that shooting happened, and in that God, I can't think of the name of that. It's right on the tip of my tongue too. Well, like when that happened, I saw so much. There was a nightclub, the night post shooting in Orlando, in case you've been under a rock and haven't heard about it. And I saw so much kindness and so much coming together in the community that it was quite inspiring. So I think that as human beings, when these things happen, our tendency is to become more caring and more kind and more generous and more sensitive to other people and their needs. So I didn't mean to make this a whole 25-minute video, but that's what it has come to. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew what was going on here. And if you don't see me put out any videos, that means that the power is probably out. And I will get back to you as soon as the lights come back on and let you know that, hey, the lights was out and I couldn't do any videos. But the most important thing is that I am safe. My family is safe. And as far as I know, Florida and the people in Florida are safe and have rolled this thing out. Now, there will be people out on the beach. Every year there are people out on the beach when the hurricane is coming because they're curious. They want to see what the storm surge is. They want to see the high winds. Of course, they also want to see the pounding surfs, the high surf, the high winds, and when the water gets high, what do they call that? The high water, like the surfers when they like that type of thing. And some just out of pure curiosity. I'm not one of those people. I won't be out there. Of course, there's always people out there, but I won't be out there. And I do hope that we don't have a lot of people out there because that is a dangerous situation. Yes, it is. You're putting yourself in harm's way just to get a glimpse of this hurricane. And is it worth it, Steno Cat? Steno Cat says, no, it's not worth it. Don't do it. Right? So me and Steno Cat will be right here. So that's it. I think I've given you all the information that I can give you at this time. If there's anything that I need to update you on, I will definitely do that. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever gave me the thumbs up. And just be happy, be safe, and always, always look out for you, your family, and other people in your community, because that is what makes a great city, state, town, and makes you want to be there. So that's it. Me and Steno Cat say bye-bye. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye from Florida. Bye from Florida. Later, guys.